I want to explain something to you and show you something that I think you'll find really interesting, and it'll kind of help you understand what's going on. So, moods, thoughts, and behaviors are all interconnected. Okay? So, recently you've been feeling sad, would you say? Kind of depressed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When people are sad and depressed, you know what they do? What behavior? They isolate. They basically pull away from everyone because they don't have a lot of energy and they're not feeling good, and they feel like they need to conserve their energy.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't really, they don't want to be around other people, so they isolate. The other thing people do when they're kind of feeling depressed or bummed out is they start thinking pretty negatively.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have. That's interesting.
What have your thoughts been like lately?
Well, yeah, I think of the past. I think of things I used to do. I think of friends that I haven't gotten together with.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot about this not doing anything about it. It's part of the problem.
Right.
Sort of like,
yeah,
that your diagram.
Right. So if you're kind of sitting around watching TV, not really talking to anyone, not really leaving your house, not doing much, you probably have a lot of time to think. And again, when people are going through a rough patch, they're usually trying to understand why they're feeling so bad. So a lot of times what happens is we start thinking about bad things that happened in the past and sort of trying to understand why you're not feeling good. So, and then usually feeling like this is never going to get better. So usually the thoughts are pretty negative. And so if you're not doing much and you're isolated, you have a lot of time to sit around and think. How do you think that makes you feel? Do you think that makes you feel less depressed or more depressed?
Much more depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens is you're depressed, you pull away, you isolate, you have more time to kind of think about everything. And again, they're not positive, happy thoughts. They're usually pretty negative thoughts, which makes you more depressed, which makes you want to isolate more, and you kind of start spiraling. And then you get to a point where you're in bed all day and you don't get up.
Pretty much it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the key thing, though, once you kind of understand this, it's really good to know, because a lot of times when people are going through a difficult space, they feel like their personality's changed. So once you understand that this happens to everyone, it's not you. We can actually get you better. And do you see how they're all connected? So if your moods, your thoughts, and your behaviors are connected, if we change one of these, then we change all of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So I was thinking about with you, what we could do is really work on changing some of the behaviors, some of the things that you do all day. You know how you're isolating, you don't leave your house?
Yeah.
So if we work on changing that, you'll probably start, noticing that your mood gets a little better and your thoughts, are a little less negative.
All right. Sounds like a good idea.